Shall we start?
Yeah.
Sure.
Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Kim, go
Only
ahead.
because I didn't go last week. Okay.
Fine.
Is that okay with everybody if I?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that fine?
I
If you
don't know.
must,
I don't know.
if you must.
I'll tell you what.
Well, you might well say that when you see what I have to show you. Okay, so what I have to show you is my visit to Philadelphia to Jefferson Hospital. All right. You saw my visit to Will's Eye. You remember that a few months ago, or whenever we did it. Do you remember that? Okay. So this is not Will's Eye. This is on street level. This is Jefferson. So what attracted me to this is the shape of the building, which is actually like this. And if you look at the side, if you can see my cursor. Can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Yep.
It
Yes.
says Jefferson. You see that?
Yes.
See? So what the heck is that? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Ben
But
Franklin's kite.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
It cuts
But
right across that architecture that way?
It looks like that, exactly. And I'll show it to you in black and white.
Oh, it's a street light.
No, it's not a street light. No, I promise you it's not a street light.
What
It's
is it?
on the building. It's on the building. It's not a street light.
I have to
I'm
go
lost.
on the website. Go on the website and check it out.
Okay.
What do you
Yeah.
mean, the website of Jefferson?
Of course.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if they
Okay.
have it. Yeah.
Kim, it looks like it's refracting the buildings.
Yes, it is. That's why I took it, because it was so weird.
It's wonderful.
It's in-
Like
Maybe it's a
it's a lot.
sculpture.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it attached to? That's
The
what I-
building. It's attached to the building itself, and it's huge.
Sheesh.
It's not a street lamp, although, it maybe looks like a street lamp.
So
but
this
it's-
is where this is like a 10th and
This is
Walnut?
going to be a 10th and Walnut.
Okay.
Yes, I don't think it's 11th. I think it's going to be a 10th. It's either Walnut or Chestnut, because I was just wondering,
Walnut.
as one might do
Sure,
if one
sure.
had 2 appointments.
Yeah, I think
It
that's
sounds
walnut.
Sounds like a public artwork. What they call a public artwork.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that would be my guess.
Weird.
No, it wasn't. I swear to you, it isn't artwork. The next one I'm going to show you is public artwork. This one wasn't artwork. This was just an architecture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so the next wandering around was this very arresting street mural, and I kept staring at it, and so I have to show it to you. Is that strange or what? Isn't that arresting?
Oh.
It's really
Yeah, that's
amazing.
great.
I've seen that one.
Have you
Market
seen
and
that one?
Market
Is-
and 8th. It's a Market and 8th.
Is that where it is? I don't know where the
Yes.
heck. I was just wondering,
That's
about.
the Target on Sampson Street.
Yes, it's on
Oh,
Sampson. That is
yeah.
correct.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for that correction. Yep.
I think it's 11th and Sampson is where I think I was.
Between 11
It-
and 12. Yeah.
Is this a mural or a
Yes.
poster?
Yeah.
No, it's a massive mural.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Above a
And the
parking
reason
lot.
it was so arresting is how big it is. It's huge.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Nice
It is.
composition.
It
Yeah.
is. It's very
Yeah.
arresting. I mean, you just have to stop and look at it. You can't walk by.
I love the design on the fabric.
Mhm.
Yes. That really makes it.
Yeah.
Did you start with a black and white photograph here as well?
Say that again, Alden.
Did you start with a black and white photograph as you did with the other?
No, I didn't, Alden. No,
Color and then
no, I took it the way it was. I
Okay.
did a little bit of things on it,
Sure.
so that it was my own and not just a photo of someone else. But no, it wasn't done in black and white. This was the coloring that it was.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, really, really amazing. I just kept staring at it. Okay, so
I recognize the parking lot sort of. Huh.
Yeah.
and you know what I also like is the orange underneath the walls.
Absolutely.
They certainly
Yes.
and then the khaki or whatever color you would consider this.
Puce.
Yeah, whatever that color is. I mean, it's puce, okay.
There's a crude name for it.
I know the crude name. I'm sure I do. Is
Yeah.
it German? Is it German?
No, it's
No, it's English.
Well, the word we have for it, I mean, the word, I'm sorry, not we, I'm not German, is Scheiss Green.
Yes.
No, it's baby.
The word, the English version is, I think Ted knows this, baby shit.
Baby shit. Yes.
I
Yeah.
have never heard that in my life.
But
Well, I coined that myself, I must say.
Oh, he coined
How
it.
many eons ago?
Oh, well, you got that right, Ted. I'm glad you could help us out on that.
Being a new grandfather, I can confirm, Ted, you're right.
Okay, Ted is right. There you go.
Yeah, you're right, 100%.
Now, the final one is on my way back. I am obsessed by the glass panels on a building at Broad and South where the City Diner used to be. It's now closed. And as I was walking on the street, I saw bright pink. So I, like a sort of siren, I just walked towards it, and then it changed. This is what I did with it. And I was influenced by Sotheby's auctions. Sorry. Oh, I'm very sorry. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's something else.
Oh.
Oh,
Very
Wow.
nice, very nice.
wow.
Love it.
So I call this shadows on glass
Yeah.
because you see the woman's shadow and the shadow of the lamp and the other shadows, and you do see a hint of this pink that attracted me to walk there.
Hmm.
And I kept looking at the Sotheby's auction live, and I kept looking at this, and I was thinking, well, if my name was Cy Twombly or someone other than who I am, I think it might have attracted some attention. But
Oh, I think so.
That's a strong piece.
The colors are great.
well, thank you.
And the
They really
mystery.
are.
Don't forget the mystery. It's like, what's going on here?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I had to look at it several times, I mean, crazily enough, to see the shadows. I didn't see the shadows initially. I was just looking at the pink and, the colors.
Right.
Then I thought, no, this is shadows on glass, because that's what it was. It was a glass awning.
Mhm.
Hmm.
A lot of nice diagonals.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a little bit of writing, mysterious writing.
Yes, on the
Reverse.
sidewalk. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right, on the sidewalk, yeah.
You have a lot of movement going on.
Yeah, a lot of things. I had to look at it several times even to see what I had done,
Yeah.
in between watching Sotheby's live.
Yes.
That
Very
writing
vibrant.
is backwards.
Very nice, very nice.
What did you say, Ted?
Yes.
That writing is Patco backwards.
Oh,
Right.
Patco, the line, the subway's right there.
Ah, okay.
And it's reversed.
Oh my gosh, that's very mysterious.
Reflection.
Okay,
That
All
is
right.
great.
thank you. I'm going to
Very
stop.
nice.
Thank you
Love
very
that.
much. Thank you.
Keep walking, Kim.
Well, you know what? I am very grateful to all of you for liking it as much as I did, because I did. I mean, I do.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
absolutely.
I love the colors.
We'll just call you Cy from now on.
Well, if I scribbled a bit more, with abandon, I would probably be like Cy. There's a hill around here called Bronson Hill. So if I were ever to give myself a different name for artistic purposes, like a pseudonym, it would be Bronson Hill. And I think that I would have a lot of good luck with that.
Right.
That is a good name.
It
I
is.
think it is a good name.
You'll have to try it, see what
Yeah,
happens.
I mean, I think Kim Scheinbaum is way too ethnic and not in a good way. So I think Bronson Hill would be my thing.
I like it.
Yep.
Should I go do it? I mean, should I
Yes.
seriously?
Sure.
Why not? If you have the time and the resources, absolutely.
Well, I mean, would
Right.
that be lying?
No, many
Oh,
people.
Better check
no.
with your lawyer. Better check with your
Well, I
lawyer.
don't know. There's Banksy. I
Right,
mean,
talk to Charlotte Bronte and her sisters.
or George Eliot, right?
You might have a better chance at
Exactly.
buying an
George
apartment.
Eliot, thank you.
Say that again, Neela. What?
I'm good.
Did you say have a better chance of getting an apartment?
Yes, yes,
You mean in their building? In their building?
in
yeah?
their building.
Yeah, right, right. Absolutely. She's right on that one.
I
Okay.
knew Kim.
Yeah. Bronson Hill.
Thanks,
you
Kim.
could-
That was great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was a good, particularly that last one was a killer.
Stunner.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Anthony, would you like to go?
Okay. Ooh. Hey, what's going on here?
By the way, that's Trump's birthday.
Today?
Ah,
June 14th.
Janice, you
Is it
actually
today?
said the name. I thought we're not allowed to do that anymore.
But Pence is June the 7th, like me.
Oh, wow.
What's with the Jews?
I'm glad I was with Pence.
Gemini. Oh,
Okay.
oh.
For goodness sake.
Wow.
Anthony, that is
Yeah.
fabulous.
no.
This is one of the things. That's
Wow.
one of my oracles. I do a whole my sculpture, and then I paint it, and then I put my figurative work into it in one of my software programs, and then I scour architect magazines and furniture and whatnot. I got collections of sofas and chairs, and I just cut and paste my work above it. I could print it that big if I wanted to.
Wow.
And it's just another way of, what it could look like or what it would look like. So these
You know, Anthony, as I say, I now that I've been watching Sotheby's like every Saturday, let's say you did this really, really big, like Ted's thing should be also this big, like the size of a room. I mean, I really, you know what I'm saying? Like 8 feet by 10 feet.
I think it's, yeah.
I think you could,
I could roll it up and keep it in my class.
Anthony,
But
You could go.
is
You could
this-
go bankrupt making them, but it would
Yeah.
Yes, but he'd have a good time.
yes, he would.
Is this digital, Anthony?
Yeah. The red figure is clay, low fire clay, and I mounted it to a panel, and I just painted the panel and the clay different colors. And
Okay.
I put the crackle paint on there, so it shrinks. It takes 3 or 4 days, and the paint shrinks away from the undercolor. So I heightened it a bit, saturated it some more. It's more subtle than that. And then I put that as a background, and I create these figures that go on them. And this is from I can't remember what programs they are, but I have figurative programs where I could change the shadow and the lights that are on the figure. I could change the shadow, light, etc. But I think this is just, this particular one's Caucasian flesh tone,
Cool.
and I lengthened it. I widened it. It's not really. It's more of a square. It's a 5 by 5 piece
Ah,
Right.
in actuality. And I thought it went great with this gray sofa. In fact, I've used this
It
before.
does.
I just changed the color in Photoshop.
ah,
So I'm always putting my work where it shouldn't be. That one thing, I think that's an Amy Shield painting, the one on Target, the one that you just showed. I put my painting there instead of that one. So I have a photograph of that somewhere too. All I did was flip it, and you can't read Target on it. Anyway, I have fun doing these. I just refer to them as interiors.
Anthony,
Goodness,
This is,
wow.
is that over at the prison? That's
This
got to
is
be at the prison.
right? This is Eastern State Penitentiary.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you were serious. It's in a prison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've hundreds and hundreds of photographs of the prison, of these
Oh
cells.
my God, is that what it looked like?
Yeah.
Well, it's what it looks like now. It looked at the tenants.
Without your painting, however, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I wanted if I could get a proposal, I have like 40 of these rooms with 40 different digital pieces that would look great on a flat screen.
Yeah.
But there's no way I can write a grant for that. It's just too much money. But so I did it for myself,
Sure.
like
Very,
this.
very, very, very innovative.
What every great artist does, you did it for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
And this is a lobby.
Wow.
A hotel. And I just made this. I thought, they have these places where you can buy pot. I don't know what it's called. It's a whole,
Dispensary?
yeah, legalized marijuana. That's what they
Yeah,
call
it's
it.
called True Leaf, because every time I'm in Philly, I see these places guarded, and I ask the guy, what's going on here? Why are you guarding this place? It's called True Leaf, and it's a marijuana dispensary.
Right.
Huh.
So I thought this make a great lobby for like a psychedelic dispensary. They have this.
Oh, I love it.
have
Hey,
all-
Anthony, I'd buy my mushrooms there any day.
I'm trying to teach myself to do these in the movies. I'm having a hard time. I just, I bought a book on Photoshop. Is that really a Photoshop book? 10 chapters or something like that. It's like this exercise should take you 45 minutes. Well, 5 days later, I'm still trying to figure out this out. and that was chapter 1, and I just gave up. So I wing it. I say, oh, what does this do? And I like it. And I remember it.
So that's your painting, right?
That's a digital piece. It's 2 separate figures. And I don't know, I do this thing where you slide something and they all start to fall apart. And these are flesh tone figures like the first one I showed you, but I cut and paste my art onto those figures like that. The art is actually digital stuff.
You're a master digital.
So it's so much fun doing. I end up doing the same 10 operations for almost 20 years now. And I get all these great results. I haven't
Me
exhausted
too.
it yet. Yeah.
Anthony, it looks a bit like an Indian goddess. The goddesses in
Yeah.
India, they have them many arms.
Yeah, the Calais or one of those.
Yeah.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Golly.
Now,
Yeah.
here you face the technical problem of what do they call it? Skewing it,
Yeah.
matching
Yes.
the angle.
Uh-huh.
That so it came in as a rectangle, and you had to match the angle to the room.
Oh yeah. That's called free
Right.
free transformation in Photoshop.
Right.
Mhm.
And you open
Yeah.
that, you outline the whole thing, then you click distort.
Yep.
You can
Wow.
pull these corners anywhere you want.
Wow.
Did a good job.
Yeah, you did.
Using
Would this be considered a good trip or a bad trip?
I don't know. There's no bad trips on it.
Okay,
And
good.
there's
Well,
3 of them together.
I think
You know
it's
what?
magnificent.
yeah.
I
That is
think,
fun.
has anyone ever had an MRI with the machine? Because I told the lady, I said, people have all these trips. I mean, I don't, but they do. And I said, this is a trip, just being in this machine.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony, I must say I applaud and love your embrace of your traditional techniques and the new technologies. You do it better than anybody I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, well
thank-
done,
Yeah.
Anthony.
I think I'm state of the art for, I think, 2004.
Well, that's where we are then. We're
Yeah,
stuck in that era.
I can show the students, but I really can't teach it because I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like, get the third button. Okay, move it over. No, the other way, So it's like,
The hell with teaching it, just keep doing it.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you have a highly evolved personal style.
Yeah.
Yes, he does, yeah.
You
And
know.
so do you, Bob. So do you.
Yeah.
I'm having a show at Cerulean. I'm going to show you pictures of that coming up in July.
Oh, good.
Going
Wonderful.
back to the 90s, I think, maybe something from the 80s, but that common thread goes through all my work until now. But I also want to show how I print things on aluminum. I send to Germany to have it done at White Wall, and I do spoon flower. I print on fabric. I send it to them, and they send it back to me, and you can make pillows and clothing with your own artwork on there.
Right.
And there's one other thing I can't remember, but I wanted to show those things and techniques that people could do with it. And they print on vinyl as well, and you can get a billboard if you want. You can have
Right.
something printed that big. And they have
Large egos.
they have wrapping paper that you can design, but it's heavy duty wrapping paper, and it's good enough. It's like 36 inches by as long as you want it. and you can mount that as a poster. So I've been my girlfriend experiments with that a lot. We sent some great shots off. She got some good pieces back. But I want to show that and give you the emails, something you might want to play with. I'm sure it's probably better quality than you would get at Staples. When you take something over there to be printed, you can get banners and all this stuff made over there.
Wonderful.
Anthony, if you can use chat and give me the addresses of Spoonflower, and I forget the other one.
Bob, I have it. It's
I know. Yeah.
It's part of Shutterfly. They're aligned.
I used Spoonflower once, but I got confused by all the different fabrics.
Yeah, I sent for the sample kit so I could fidget with them.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're like $10, or it's free, but $10 shipping or whatever, something like that.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Okay.
great, Anthony.
We'll have to see those examples soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mike, do you want to go?
Sure. Tough act to follow, but I'll do my best. Let's see.
Okay.
You always do, Mike.
Well, thank you. Let's see what happens here. Getting there. Okay, now the first one, I played with a picture from the shore and I call it Sandbar. And a little bit of it is real and a lot of it is not real.
Wow.
Evocative.
I would just the word I would have used, evocative. That's the word I was thinking.
And two people walking on the water.
Standing on a sandbar.
And did you change the color, Mike? Did you modify the color to make it look like?
Just a little, intensified it a little.
Oh.
Actually, this was a very
Oh,
wide scene, and this little area was just a little part of it with grass, what would be the bottom of this image, coming toward you. And I just took that little piece of it and played with it and put a couple in there. It's a little hard to see, but they're holding hands. I just like the lighting, the backlighting, which threw them into shadow. And then, of course, what must you do with every piece of art? Put in a bird. So I used an appropriate bird that I found in another image.
Did you say
And put it together.
inappropriate bird?
And no, inappropriate.
I heard that too.
No, you can't buy false teeth at Woolworth. It just doesn't work. You know.
It's interesting that the couple is mirrored to their right in the distance by something else, a pair of something else.
You're
I
right.
don't know whether it's a bridge or a
It's like a bridge.
ship.
Yeah, it's a piece of. It's not it's some type of. I don't know, building under construction. It's girders. It's a lot of girders.
Okay.
So it just kind of there, you know. It just got me started, and I had fun playing with it. Little different.
It looks it. It looks like it was fun.
It was.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, if you want to take that down, I'll show my next masterpiece. Here we go. Now the next one really is pretty simple, and this is just a matter of playing in Photoshop and looking at something from a different angle, and I call it bottoms up. Oh, too big. There it is.
Ah,
Hmm.
okay.
Floating.
Very good.
Very nice.
Can we pass some of that around?
Sure,
thinking,
why
yeah.
not? You know,
Please.
it was,
Or-
you know, a bottle and a glass is straight on. And then I go bottoms up. So what would it look like from underneath? And still be able to look at it.
Yeah, there's a leaf reflected on the bottom of the glass.
What is it?
It seems like a leaf that's reflected in the bottom of the glass.
No, I don't see that. Let me
No,
see.
the bottom, the very bottom,
The very
I
bottom
don't
of
see
to
it.
the
it
right.
either.
To the well, now we see it's not a leaf.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just something that was in the background that is, you know, reflected in the circular pattern of the bottom of the glass.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Just really playing with playing.
You go.
You know, just a play on words that which I enjoy.
Bottoms up.
Now,
Was
Yes.
that for your
We
birthday?
know.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Are you ready? Bottoms up, everybody.
Bottoms
Yeah.
up.
Hey.
Bottoms up. Okay.
now my mind interprets that as if you put them on a glass countertop, a glass table, and shot from underneath.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's not what happened, right?
No.
No, but that's what it would look like. That was what it was in my mind. And I wanted to create that illusion without a glass table,
Yeah.
where it's
And
just
you did it.
Okay, so that's why it's bottoms up.
bottoms up. The
How did you-
bottom
How
are
did
up.
you do this?
Very good play.
Right,
How
right.
did you do it? How did you do it without a glass table? I want to know.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
question.
Well, using Transform, one of the Transform
Ah.
tools, I just tilted them back
Got it. Sure.
and then corrected the keystoning of the bottle and the glass so that
Right.
it almost looked like you were looking directly at it rather than it coming to a sharp point at the top, which they did. And then just moved them up and set them on a white background with just a little bit of vignette to separate them.
All right. Interesting. Huh.
Keystoning is a term I'm not familiar with.
Keystone is if you take something, well, let's say the bottle, and you're looking at the bottle straight, and then you tilt the top of it away from you, and the top would appear to get narrower. The sides would come in on an angle. That's keystoning. It's like it's an inverted keystone shape.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, it's called keystoning, and it's applicable. I can't think exactly where I learned it. I think it had something to do when I was, you know, in the midst of learning portraiture, that why you don't want to bring your camera angle too low, because you can make people look like they have a pointed head. Not so much.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah.
So you want to avoid that. You want to keep the camera angle equal, ideally with the bridge of the nose. And that way most lenses will flatter, you know, a medium telephoto or longer will flatter the person and not make them look like they have a pointy head or long nose. Also, if somebody does have a pointy head or a long nose, you just lift the camera and point it down at them, straightens them right out.
that's funny.
Mike, I'm sure many of your brides were happy you knew all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
many,
there's too many pointy-headed brides around.
yeah, many did. It was a challenge. It was great to learn, and I had a couple of photographers that I learned from in the beginning.
Should I take you down?
Sure, thanks. They really helped.
Very
Right.
good.
Very nice.
Excellent
A
work.
lot of fun, Mike.
Very
Lot.
interesting.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Janice, would you like to go?
Okay. Do. Now where? Oh, here. Okay. This is what I did while I waited for Bob to take all his tests. And, so this is not good art.
Well, it looks like Diana Ross.
Hey, watch it. That's my customer. Be
I
nice
know,
to
that's
her.
why I said it.
Wow. Okay.
Very, very
Popcorn.
fun. That is
That's
funny.
great. That's
That
funny.
is funny.
That's great.
Say,
That,
these are ideas. This is not good art. Oh, the next one is to honor Alden Cole.
Ooh.
Ah.
Ah,
Oh, Helena Handbasket.
That's great.
Getting ready for the roast.
Yep.
I think you just were, Alden, roasted.
Absolutely.
oh,
That's great.
That's,
Very
that is
good,
the
Jan.
phrase of the
That's
moment.
great.
That's funny. These are great. These are great, Jan.
It's a great way to relax when your husband is undergoing surgery.
it's kept my mind off of things.
Yes, I think that's the way to do it, Janice. Well done.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them, so you may see a few others. Get ready.
Now, Janice, you said that these are not art.
Yeah, well, they're.
Does
you know,
anybody want to disagree with that?
I do.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think all of
Yeah.
us.
But they're not done well. I mean, these were.
They're
I
not
just.
finished. They're not finished.
I just knocked
Right.
these out.
Ideas get-
I call those works in progress.
Yeah.
Ah, there you
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Or sketches.
There you go.
Ideas sketches.
Although this opens up a conversation as to what is art. So there you go. I think
Let's not
it's,
go there. Let's not go.
Artist shows you the world differently. Or,
Too many
Yes, it
opinions.
if that's the case, Janice, that is art because it
Yeah.
does show you reality differently.
Yeah, they said
Or
the
what's
same
in your
thing.
mind differently.
Yeah, they said the same thing about Rembrandt. That's Harvey Rembrandt, not the other Rembrandt.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it.
Thank you.
That's great, Janice.
Thank you,
Thank
Janice.
you.
very good. Love
You're
it.
welcome.
Love
Thank
it.
You know, it's really nice for all of us to see how you get an idea and you jot it down, and then what do you do with it? What do any of us do with it?
Yes,
Mm.
I
absolutely.
Some
show
of
it to you.
Right.
Right.
Some of us develop it more, and others, we put aside for a little bit.
Mhm.
I agree. Absolutely.
It's good to see that. Thanks. Alden, would you like to go?
Sure. I'm going to do history since I haven't been doing anything exciting that I feel like, oh, this is worth sharing. I certainly haven't been doing anything within the last week. With,
Excuse me,
Helena
Alden, your daily newsletter is always exciting.
Okay, you're right. That actually absorbs a lot of my energies on a daily
Oh,
basis.
sure.
You're absolutely right. So anyway, yes, where are we? Share screen. History. My life as a fashion. Oops, what happens here? Okay, is everyone see that?
Oh, yeah.
See it.
Very nice, Alden.
These are my pieces from a portfolio of fashion illustrations that I created probably in 1970, 71, 72, when I was transitioning out of being a fashion designer because I did such a hell of a time, holding jobs. So I, segued into fashion illustration. And these were a couple pieces, early portfolio pieces, looking for work, along with these two pieces.
Oh,
I was doing variations. If you get a certain figure thing going, you trace them off again. I became a master of tracing thanks to being a fashion illustrator. So this is just one more example of probably the one on the left was the first, and then I got more interested with making something more of it. And I look at them now and thinking, there could be whole backgrounds created, behind them. But am I going to? That could be a project, but it's doubtful I will, work in that direction. All right, shoes. As
All
Andy,
right.
Andy Warhol
Oh.
made a name for himself in certain circles when he was young in New York as a shoe illustrator. Well, I did a little bit of it. Didn't get as famous as Andy did. This is one of the pieces that I just came across in looking for this today. I thought this is a cool one. It should be
It
colored.
is.
You
It
know,
is cool.
this is really a piece that should be in a coloring book, as with these pieces back here.
Yeah.
And then again, working primarily from photographs, European Vogue, male Vogue. This is just about everything here has been work from photography.
Alden, I love, could you go back to that for a second?
Yeah.
I love how you used the frame and played with it with his hand holding.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yes.
Thank you. Just,
Yeah.
part of trying to make it, well, incorporate it and keep it interesting. It's a Renaissance device to put a
Yep.
hand over the frame.
Oh,
I was
that's, yeah, that's, I'm glad you noticed that, Ken.
And his head. His head is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Terrific, terrific.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I look at the camouflage and think, really, did I spend that much time trying to recreate that? Whatever.
That really exists, that camouflage shirt?
No, I don't think so. Truthfully, I don't remember what I copied it from.
But it's really cool.
No,
I like
Yeah.
it. I like
It's-
Can
it.
you zoom in on the camouflage?
Pardon me? Oh, yeah, yes, I can.
Alden, I actually think that would have been, or still would be, something
That's
that people
good
would
camouflage.
buy
That's pretty
today or
Oh,
any
yeah.
day.
Now,
Don't you
whether
think so?
I don't think I copied something, but maybe I did. Maybe I slavishly,
Oh, you know what,
found a
Alden?
photograph
You
of
need to contract with someone in China to make you these shirts and sell them, seriously, because I think people would buy them. I really do
sure.
think
It's
so.
really
I'm not
cool
saying
looking
that.
shirt.
Yeah,
Well, let me think about this.
because people are into camouflage.
Oh,
This is another one that one of the sort of harking back to that same idea. Couples, this one got colorized.
Very nice. Fabulous.
Yeah, I like the color a lot.
Makes that blue jacket really pop out.
Yeah.
Well, when I did this, this sort of rough drawn curved border or corner border on so much work at that time. It was just a way of, it was a device. And then this one I discovered today.
That's so powerful.
I hadn't even scanned. It surprised me. I went looking for it and realized I don't have a scan of this. So I got my portfolio out, scanned this image, put it together because it's like an 8.5 by 17. And I look at it and think, what a cool piece.
It is.
And it's like I'm
Alden, you
appreciating
have
it.
to, Alden, you have to show that somewhere, somehow. It's a very powerful piece.
I like that a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, you really. I mean, you show
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
good
very
stuff, but this is crossover between fashion and art and portraiture, and I think that is so powerful. I really, honestly do.
It's definitely a statement, yeah.
Yeah, you must show that somewhere,
And-
sometime, somewhere.
But my last one, I really went wild with color.
Ooh.
Oh yes.
Like,
Neon.
whoa, where does the eye rest? Impossible.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
And this is definitely a clean tracing of a photo in some fashion magazine. Typical sort of white ruling class there. Sort of blondes at the guy. I look and laugh at this now. It's whatever. It's definitely a time capsule for me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do it.
And the previous one, Alden, can be a crossover because the men are brown, right? So
Yep.
it's in the moment,
Mm.
That one I like.
and that one as well is in the moment.
Yeah.
Face is so obscured. And yeah, boom. There it is.
All,
Okay.
all,
I love that one. I love the
That's
one
a
to the
lot of
right.
fun.
All the-
Thank you.
The other one, that
Yeah.
one also
Thank you.
should be.
Alden, your archive is so deep, it's beyond
It
belief.
is. It's almost disgusting, but I actually enjoy it. Anthony,
It's
I'm
amazing
sure you
that you
understand
kept
that
all
too.
this.
Very
Armin,
nice. Terrific. I'm
Thank
That's great.
Thank
blown,
you.
blown away by it. Blown
Yeah,
away.
thank you.
Really fabulous.
Take me down.
We're seeing so many different styles tonight. It's
Yes,
great.
we are.
Well, that's true. That's true. It's very, very
We're-
unusual.
we're an eclectic
Thanks,
group.
Alden.
Thank you.
I'll take you down.
Great. And Sarah, would you like to go? Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure where I want to start, so I'm going to start with something colorful. I was working on some old photographs this week, and in my phone there's this program called Snapseed, SNAPSEED, and so I was able to do some different things with some old mannequin pictures, and I've always been, I love the face. I love the face, and that everybody in this world has kind of a different face, and so much you can see in a face. So I'll show you. Let's see. This is one.
Mm.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. That is unusual. That's beautiful.
I love the graininess of the
Yeah.
color.
And the colors are fabulous.
Yeah, really, really nice, Sarah.
Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff.
Is that a mannequin, Sarah, or a photo of someone that you took?
Originally, it was a mannequin, and then I've done different things with it. This I did this week because
Okay.
I was experimenting with the color and with this program that is in my phone, which allows me to do some things
Got it.
that I've not done.
What kind
before.
of phone do you have, Sarah?
Mike, what kind of phone do I have?
A
It's,
Samsung?
It's
I don't
probably
know.
Japanese.
Android,
probably.
Android.
I know it's an Android, but is it what kind? I mean, I don't have it on my phone. I have a Samsung. J3.
I think it's a Motorola. Offhand, I
Oh,
don't know.
Motorola. Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
All right.
Sarah,
So,
did you?
Sarah, this is a face with the nose and lips and the eye.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes. But she was originally more of a normal type mannequin face. And I really got a lot of enjoyment out of
Yeah.
using the color and the program. And it took me longer than 5 minutes, let me
Oh,
tell you that.
Well,
Believe it.
you can, yeah, you can see that you pushed the boundaries on what you were
Yeah.
doing.
In a good way. In a good way.
Reminds me of Picasso.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
Sure. Interesting.
Sarah, can you explain to us? I mean, how much choice did you have in its technique and its program, the program, to choosing color? Did it choose
A lot of choice.
Great. I like that. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Because I felt like the turquoise, I don't want to give anything away, was like tears
Right.
for me. But it's not all that. And I just kept experimenting until it really said to me what I wanted it to say.
Right.
If
Good.
that makes sense to
It
you.
does. Yeah.
Totally.
I think that's a good definition for how we in the modern age have to use programs like Photoshop and whatever program this is. It's a tool that one needs to learn and then move beyond it. And I think you've done it here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Really interesting.
I would like to enter this at some point in
Yes, I
something.
was going to say, I think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would stand up to.
It would stand out in any gallery. You walk in and you would see this.
Although last week you put a self-portrait that was somewhat similar style.
Yes, yes.
and I love that too. So I just want to say, if you're going to choose one for display, to me it's between this and your self-portrait.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've also thought about using that. In fact, I was thinking about entering a show this week, and I think I even mentioned to Mike, I think I'm going to use that self-portrait of mine. So this was before I think this was completed.
Go for it.
There's a show at the Plastic Club coming up in October,
Oh,
Exploring Emotions Through Color.
Oh,
ooh,
there you go.
Oh, that's it.
wow.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to take her down. I think I have another one. Now this one, I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but too bad.
Okay.
Go for it.
I was deeply affected this week with the sneakers and the way they had to identify a child by her
Oh,
sneakers.
yes.
Oh,
That
I didn't
I will
hear about
never
that.
forget that as long as I live. And so I did this again, not to be Debbie Downer, but
Oh,
That's
wow.
Oh,
mm. And see, once you explain that story, because I didn't,
Yeah, now I see it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
see these
That's the wrong-
sneakers
no,
in
I
a
that's-
see it
different
now. I
way.
see it now, Sarah.
I
Yeah.
think that's the wrong one because there's a heart. This little girl, I'm missing the heart. She drew little hearts on her sneakers.
Mm.
And these green sneakers, over to the right of the screen, you'll see a black mark. I put up the wrong one. That is a little heart that the little
Okay.
girl
want me to
drew
take it
on
down?
her-
Yeah, put up
Yeah.
the correct one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get the right one.
If I may interrupt to tell the story while you're doing that, the damage done by the AR-15 was so bad that they could not identify the girl except by the green sneakers.
Are you talking about the thing in Texas?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
how
Wow.
sad.
There it is. Beautiful, fabulous, and
Oh,
Yeah.
heart wrenching.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
No pun intended.
And those were the actual sneakers, Sarah, that you managed to somehow find online.
Yes, they showed a picture of them. Yes,
Mm.
I see.
I added the blood.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'll take it down now, but I did want to share that with you.
Mhm.
You did
Because-
cause a little silence in most of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
bad
An emotional silence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because to think that Columbine was 23 years ago, and this has been going on every year since then.
Yeah.
wow.
Those
That's wonderful.
politicians should be ashamed of themselves.
Ain't America great?
Hmm.
Well, now it's occurring every week. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
getting worse.
what I find horrible is that it has become the norm.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, let's
Well,
hope
I
not.
don't feel that way. It can never be the norm. It's happening often.
Yeah.
But let us not say it is the norm.
If
Well, we
absolutely,
will.
I agree with that. If any of you can find it, Bill Maher, you can find it online, did a piece where he talks about popular culture, especially movies and violence. And he does a little montage of films that glorify gun violence. Worth seeing, and gives you a glimpse into Hollywood that you don't want to even think about. But anyway,
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
But it's all that normalizes this kind of
oh, that's what-
behavior.
Right.
And it's almost like it's a war on civil society.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if we're worrying about that, there are other things that we're not worrying about.
Isn't it?
Right.
Isn't it one of the greatest ironies in the world that when America was created and the Declaration and the Constitution was created, we wanted to preserve rights, and 200 years later, this is what it has wrought, because there's not a subtle changing of it along the way, and people
Well,
are, you know.
I think it's a play on words when, you know, they say that the guns that were used in the revolution, and you could put 2 musket balls in them at the time, is the same as a weapon of war today. And they're saying it's all right, and it's not. It
Yeah.
really
No,
is.
it's not.
What did
Well,
you say? It was just about a musket is what?
The guns that were used in the American Revolution,
Right,
you could put in 2 musket balls.
sure.
And today they're saying that citizens can use guns, but they're not the same type of weapon.
Not at all.
And the rounds that you can put in are like hundreds of
They're
bullets.
absurd. They're absolutely
Yeah.
absurd. That's his point.
It-
Yes.
Don't need that
you know,
many bullets.
apples and oranges.
Yeah,
Of
no.
course, it's absurd.
Well, that's what I was saying about there is not an evolution of the idea. The idea might be right. I'm not going to complain
Yeah.
about the idea, but because defending yourself is an important thing, and it's part of being any culture, any human being. But exactly what you're saying is there wasn't an evolution of the law of how it was written.
Yeah. Yeah. They have to get to that.
Right.
Thank you, Sarah.
I'm not
let me-
done.
let-
I have one more.
Let me ask.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I have one more, and this one will cheer you up.
Good.
This is Mike's parents.
Oh,
And Mike's grandmother made that wedding gown.
wow.
Whoa,
How
Annie should be
lovely.
here.
Wow.
Your grandmother made that wedding gown.
Mike's
Yeah.
grandmother.
Mike's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's grandmother.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Good dress.
She was quite skilled.
But it looks so contemporary.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
it's
it was all
gorgeous.
by hand. I don't even know if she had a sewing machine at that point.
Beautiful.
She
Wow.
may not have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great train. That's a fabulous.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Mike's grandmother.
Yeah,
I
Mike's
guess the
grandmother.
mother
This
of
is-
the bride.
This is the family I married into when I learned about humor.
That's a lifesaver.
Yeah.
We've learned it well.
And I just want to say, Mike's parents were the most wonderful people. That's all I'll say. And I wanted to share, because it's almost Father's Day, I just wanted to
Oh,
share.
right.
Good.
Ah, great.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let me bring
Sarah.
up one more thing about Sarah's. She showed 2 green tennis shoes. A first was a kind of a close-up shot, and the second was a 2-shot. Can we make an artistic evaluation of which of those 2 green tennis shoes shot was better?
You know,
You want? Yeah.
I like the second one
Nice.
because I like seeing the heart on it, which you didn't
Yes,
see on the
yeah,
first.
I did too.
Right.
Well,
I
if
think I
that's
like the
point,
first,
if that's
but-
the point, then we need to see the heart.
Yeah.
But artistically, you know, it's nice to have some mystery. So artistically, I would go for the first one, but the second one fulfills Sarah's mission.
Although cropping wise, you could have used the tight one, but just shifted a little and seen the heart.
Right, you're right. And I can still do that, yes.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Next week, we will see this.
Okay, Janice.
Thank you, Sarah.
Aye, Janice.
Thank you.
All right.
Ted, would you like to go?
Oh, thanks a lot. How am I going to follow all that?
Here we go again.
I know how you're going to follow with beautiful color. That's how
I know. He always does.
Yep.
Well, no, he was doing photography too.
Well, he has been, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a continuation of my work, but as I told you last week, I'm putting my pieces into different shapes just to get it to do something different. That's all. And then somebody mentioned something. I think Neil has mentioned something about working from a sketch. So I'm going to show a sketch the original sketch for an idea.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Brilliant, even.
That looks like a tulip.
So that's how they start out.
Wow.
Okay, so here's piece number 1.
Ah. Oh, nice.
Is that connected to the sketch?
Oh, and the one connected to the sketch is next to the sketch. This
Okay.
is
It
This
looks
one,
like
okay.
a tulip. It looks
Yeah.
like a tulip.
that's the sketch.
It really
This
does.
is-
I'm sorry. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I really like that because it does look like a tulip.
Yeah. So anyhow, I had no intention of making it look like a flower. I hadn't even thought about it.
Well,
Here's one in an oval.
Oh, very
Interesting.
nice.
Yes, beautiful.
That looks like a glass window, doesn't
Oh,
it?
stained glass.
stained glass window,
Yeah.
yeah.
Stained glass window, yeah.
Love the letting.
And this one here.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. I love the movement inside this square. Well, it's a
Diamond.
square, but it's it's beautiful, Ted. I love that.
Diamond.
Okay.
I think I see your colors evolve depending on the season.
Oh, really?
Huh.
That's a good point. Absolutely.
Yeah, Ted, I really go for that one because it does look like a tulip.
Yeah, that one, Ted, it's Mike. I'm just curious because I'm, from a business background. The fact that I and others said it kind of looks like a tulip. I just wonder if perhaps, and I'm not suggesting you do this, just an idea, if some of your designs would suggest something to the viewer that they could identify with, would that make it more saleable? If someone looked at that and saw a tulip, would someone who likes flowers be more apt to purchase that rather than something that might be just as beautiful, but perhaps more abstract? Just a thought.
Well, that opens up for me. I'm sorry, Ted. I didn't mean to jump in, but it opens up an important part about abstract expressionism. So I'll just throw that out.
There's
Well,
so many variables.
if that was my goal to sell my work, I think probably you're correct. I think people would almost certainly purchase work that they can relate to in their lives. I noticed that at the Plastic Club that most of the work that wins awards is something that's usually representational.
Yeah.
Homey, all that kind of stuff. It does sell. Abstract work is far more difficult to market, I think.
Unless you've got a
And yet, Ted, if I hate to keep on about Sotheby's, if you look at what's selling at Sotheby's, it's almost all abstract.
Abstract, right.
Abstract art is big in people that buy, rich people that buy art buy abstract art.
That's not, when you're talking Sotheby's, these big galleries, you're not talking about art anymore. You're talking about the business of art.
Thank you. Thank you.
What I'm talking about has nothing to do with what's going on in Sotheby's.
Yeah,
Okay, you're talking about a commodity.
You're right, Ted.
absolutely.
So,
They're two different things.
yeah, different worlds.
Yeah.
Well, in that world, the abstract is king.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's just the name.
Exactly.
Whoever the artist is, that's what
Yes.
sells.
That's it.
I mean, if they put a Norman Rockwell up, that would probably sell for $54 million as well.
At this
I
point,
don't, I'm not sure about that, Ted.
Oh, I would think so.
I'm
Yeah.
seriously not sure about
No,
that.
it would. Well,
I would
because,
assume
oh,
it would think so.
because it's a name. Because it's
Yeah, you're paying for the name.
Yes.
Mhm.
The prices are crazy.
They are very crazy, very crazy.
Well, thank
Thanks,
you.
Ted. That was great.
I would
Thank
love-
you.
Thank you.
very
Very
nice.
good.
Beautiful.
Bob, would you like to show?
Sure. Oh, no. All right. It was kind of a slow week.
Wow.
This is my first, right after last week's Tuesday session. This is how I relaxed afterwards.
Ah,
Wow.
That is an old Stanley steamer from 1911.
Oh, I love that.
I know, that's beautiful, Ted. That's beautiful, Bob.
It is. It is.
The colors you've chosen are fabulous.
and what else is going on?
Okay.
Great background.
Yep.
All right. And then
Oh,
this is
wow.
from a 1938 short story magazine. It's a illustration, and I headline it as "Sophisticated Couple Has Tense Moment."
Title,
Sarah and Nathan, take note.
title that hit my head was Sherlock Holmes' First Date.
All right, that could be that's a good one too.
Oh yeah.
He killed her and he's trying to hide her.
Oh no, not
Pretty alive though.
And this is one I just did today, and I don't know what I think about it. This is from a 1979 Russian textbook of readings for high school students.
Wow.
And the inner cover includes this woodcut or lino cut, which I thought was just masterful work.
Yes.
It is.
With a village scene, a puff locomotive going by,
Right.
and soldiers going by, and the train station, someone waiting at the train station. And I just thought it was very homey and gave a sense. Note how I did a different treatment of my logo
Yep.
on this one. I'm not sure whether it worked out well.
I have a criticism about that. I don't think the logo should have covered that beautiful piece of art.
I agree.
Maybe down in the corner, yes. But
Yeah, I agree. The problem was that there was text in this rectangle.
oh,
Ah,
Uh-huh.
so you did right.
Get rid of the text. Retouch it out.
Yeah.
But that would have meant matching the white drawing. That would have been time consuming.
Yeah.
And I just finished this an hour ago. So,
Oh my gosh.
but
Okay.
Ted, you're right.
there's a method to your madness.
Yes. If I had more time, I would have tried to match that masterful woodcut
Huh?
in white on that brown square.
Well, it was a fast fix.
Yes.
And again, your use of color always blows my mind. I love what you do with color, Bob.
Thank you.
Yeah, very interesting color.
Really interesting.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that
this
one.
one's,
But I don't like bugs, even if they're logos. Sorry, I like you, Bob, but I don't like bugs.
All right, it's a sea creature, but oh, and let me say, it has made me feel real good that you guys, the last 2 weeks, I've done some dark stuff. Debbie Downer, the autopsy photo, and I forget what the other one was. And it made me, it makes me feel good that you guys accept that. And so I did not do any dark stuff this week.
Yeah, but I had nightmares all that night.
so did your cat.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ken, you're next.
Great, thank you. Before I show anything, I've missed everybody. I've had all kinds of scheduling issues, and seeing the work today has been spectacular. I really miss everybody. So I have a couple things to show. The first thing I'm going to show, I wasn't going to show, but I'm going to do an homage to Kim. I just happened to do this shot recently while I was on a commercial photo shoot. And your work, Kim, today of the reflections in the scene reminded me of this. This is at the convention, at the, not the convention center, it's the Constitution Center downtown. And there was a big event going on, and I had a few moments, and I went out on, and all the windows and the reflections and the color, and this woman talking on her phone. I just thought it was, a fun moment. So that was truly just a little homage to Kim.
Thank you. It's a good shot, actually.
Thank you. Thank you.
It has all the angles.
Yes.
Interrupted. Yeah.
And just the fact that the distortions that went on were just what you saw when you looked out that window. If you didn't concentrate, and this I think comes to what most of us in this group do all the time, is we see beyond what is there. I mean, most people would look out the window and just see the courtyard there. But if you're looking three-dimensionally and in a broader sense, you see reflections, you see angles. I mean, all this stuff is going on. And that's what I saw in your work today, Kim. And I quickly went and found this because I think it spoke to what you were doing.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Was that actually a square grid that has been sort of, made unsquare just because of what the view through the glass? Because her foot seems really elongated.
This
Does that make you think that whole area is distorted? Is that correct?
Well, this is a direct photo. The only thing that was done, and I've been meaning to say this for a while, for all of us who use phone cameras and digital cameras of any nature, the camera has a certain feel to it, a certain tonality, and a certain look to it. The only thing done to this was corrected to the way I thought it actually looked, and that meant in my mind the skin tone was right, the grass tone was right, and everything like that. So there is nothing done with this in transform or distort.
I wasn't even implying that. I was just questioning whether that was really a square grid in the cement down there.
Absolutely.
Because of being seen through the glass.
Yep, this is exactly as it appeared where I was standing.
Right, so it's through the glass.
Yep.
Oh, because her leg is very extended.
Exactly. It just that was the distortion caused by the actual scene that I was looking at.
Right.
So this is a reflection of the woman.
Yep. Well, it's both actually. I mean, if you look at what's going on here, you do see reflection. You do see all of this is I'm looking through both. I'm looking through the window that you see here, the bigger window, and then there's a reflection that I'm seeing You know what? I can't even describe it. It was.
It's actually behind you.
Yes, exactly.
It's actually behind you.
It was just so striking that all this was going on, and it was instantaneous because she was moving.
Right.
So I got one shot at it, and that was it. I mean, 2 seconds later, she was off the frame.
Yeah.
Very
Mhm.
interesting. Very interesting.
I find when I see something, I take the photograph and then worry about what I have later.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes you can't process what you're looking at the same time.
Well, it's exactly right. I mean, I saw her probably around here, and then by the time I got the camera up to my eye, she was over here.
Yeah.
And you're exactly right. I had no idea what I had until I
Yeah.
got back to the computer.
It's a nice surprise.
Yeah, it is. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thanks. Now, the other shots I want to take, some of you have seen this before, some haven't. I picked up from last year. I had I'm in the process of I won't say finishing, but of continuing a project of, and I'm now have a name for it. And I know, Bob, you like labels. So here it is, weeding. And some of you have seen this already. These are photographs around town of weeds, and I've found a program where I can identify the weeds. This weed is called white goose. And every shot I take are photographs of weeds that are growing out of the concrete. They find some little niche, some little corner where they can dig, the seed can germinate, and the plant can grow. So once I make a project out of it, or a book out of it, or a show out of it, I will show the common name, which in this case is white goosefoot, and then the scientific name, which I won't even try to pronounce. Technically, what I do with these photos is slight enhancement. Again, back to what I was saying about digital photography. What the camera I'm using shows when I bring it in as a raw file is not exactly as I saw it when I shot it. So I try to bring it back, and some of it is, I'll call it fiction, but I don't use any filters to alter it. I just enhance. So most of these are just enhanced.
Ken?
Yes.
Looking at this, I had an optical illusion.
Yeah, me
At
too.
first, I thought this was a tree
Right.
with a
In a
parking
desert.
lot behind it, and buildings and a pole.
Yes.
Mhm.
I thought it was
I
a
first
desert,
saw
a blue sky, buildings in a desert with a tree. I also
Yeah.
saw it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I appreciate that so much, because that, I mean, for me, all of the, if you can see my cursor moving, this was clouds in a
Correct,
sky,
yeah,
in a sky.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
It was a minimalist. It looks like a minimalist shot, landscape shot
Yeah, cool.
And-
in a desert southwest.
And one of the things that shows up continually, not in every shot, but in a lot of them, I'm going to show you one or two more, is the beauty of concrete in the city once you start really looking at it. It just has a beautiful texture. And
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at what's going on here, there's just spectacular detail about what the city has wrought for us.
Yeah.
Here's another one. This one is white mulberry.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
is really gorgeous with the triangles.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I would use that to make paper with.
I like that. I would love to see it. And this one, I might attempt to say the scientific name. It's Morus alba. I don't know what the hell that means, but it's white mulberry is what the plant is. And here is another white mulberry. And again, same plant, different location. And again, for me, it's how this plant has found its footing. And of course, look at this concrete, and then look at this concrete. I mean, it's just, and then of course the ironwork, looking at it. And so these are all.
Remember the first Jurassic Park movie?
Yes.
Yes.
It says nature will find a way.
Oh God, yes. Absolutely. I like that reference. Here is this one is one of my favorites lately. I just found I walked by it on a day without a camera, and I went back at like 7 o'clock in the morning because it's a parking lot, and if I didn't get it early in the morning, there were always cars here. This one is called Princess Tree, and these are very, very predominant in the city. You see them everywhere. And again, this is Polowina tomentosa. I mean, it's, you know, crazy.
This is actually one of the trees that the spotted lanternflies love.
Yes, I've read that. I'm glad there's someone in the group who knows that.
Those leaves get huge.
These, and this is a small one. These things grow very quickly.
Oh yeah,
they can be 20 feet tall, 30 feet tall in 1 or 2 seasons.
Wow.
It's remarkable. And against this wall of stucco, and again, if we get in here and look at detail, I just love, you know, this was some kind of repair.
I like the color of the stucco.
Thank you. Yes, it was. Again, a slight amount of enhancement, but this is a straight photo.
Yeah.
Again, it's minimalist. You could exhibit that, you know.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
It
And then
is.
last but not least was, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that was the one I wanted to show as last, because I just love, and I appreciate what you said, Kim. The minimalism of this shot drew me to it. And the rectangle within the rectangle, and the
Lines, the white lines.
The white lines. I mean, it's so urban, and it just impresses me what goes on in the city with weeding trying to come back.
Would you show that one with the red backgrounds again?
Sure.
Because I love that.
I love the red, yeah.
Bright red that's right there in the middle from the sun that's washing that wall is just beautiful, exquisite.
Thank
you.
Neela, thank you.
Neela, you said that you would use this to make paper.
Paper, yeah.
What made you say that? What?
Oh, white mulberry. You use the middle of the stem, and you use that fiber to make the paper.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's different parts of plants that you use, you know, for each kind of fiber, but this is the stem that you use.
I never knew that. I had no clue.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Alchemy.
I thought you used the leaves.
I would have thought so too.
Yes.
It depends on the plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, thank you.
It is quite remarkable that to hear you say this, Neela, because when I learned that this was white mulberry, and when you read up on these weeds, the descriptors are all over the place. Sometimes they're legitimate plants that people put in their gardens.
Yes.
Some of them are invasive species. But this white mulberry is not an invasive species. It is, but it isn't. It's both. It's both.
Yeah. Well, it got loose, and it's very happy here.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you,
That's
Jen.
great.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Has everybody gone that had work? I don't want to leave anybody out.
How about you?
Yeah, I'll show my piece. And I have paper again today.
I hope it's white mulberry.
Not today. I have cotton.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
when
that-
you're finished, I just have a quick question.
From Ken.
No, just
Oh,
in
okay.
general, just in general.
That sounds ominous, Mike, the way you say it.
We
Good.
have to wait.
Good.
He gets the floor.
Knowing
Ah,
Mike, it won't be though. Fortunately.
So
Oh, my gosh.
these are cabbages,
Yes.
and I was doing stories about different people. And when I was a kid, my grandmother would come over once a week, and she would make everything with cabbage. For a little kid, you know, that isn't a great idea. But these were just beautiful textured pieces.
Oh, yes.
It's a boy.
But these are not actual cabbage. These are your arts, right?
Yes, yeah. And
Oh,
they're
okay.
paper.
See, you fooled some
Oh, that's
people. You thought they
beautiful.
were real.
I actually, but then she started talking about her grandmother. I thought, well, maybe they are cabbage. It's beautiful.
What?
Yeah.
And you said earlier these are cotton?
These are made of cotton fiber.
Fabulous.
Wow.
Yeah, they really are beautiful.
Oh,
Yes, they are.
Wow.
There.
So I in these pieces I love not getting a smooth color. So I start with yellow, blue, and white to tone it down. And then the outer leaves on the big piece are a little more vibrant and a little more saturated. And then these small pieces get more white in them.
Uh-huh.
And
What are their
Yeah.
size? How large are these dimensionally?
I think the three pieces together are about 16 inches wide
Wow.
and about
wow.
So it's
the
about
big
life
one's
size.
about 7 inches
Wow.
high.
So it's about life size of what would actually be a cabbage.
Yeah, yeah.
and I have a question. How the dendritic pattern that you have, the cabbage pattern that you have, is that was that traced or mimicked by the real thing, or did you just make it yourself
Oh.
on the fabric?
No, this is not, well, I make my paper pulp, which is like real wet and it's a slurry,
Mhm.
and I throw it into a mold. So I
Oh.
make a mold first.
Okay.
And then I pick and choose what parts of the mold I'm going to use.
Fabulous. Oh, that's a great idea.
Tell me,
Great.
Neil, has anyone ever tried to eat your work?
Well, there's so many
Yeah.
recipes, aren't there? Like there's coleslaw, stuffed cabbage.
Ted,
Yes.
her grandmother probably would have.
Oh boy, would she?
But
So,
these,
so you make the mold,
ooh,
I make the mold.
Wow.
and that's where that pattern comes from.
Yes.
yeah.
Do you imprint a piece of Savoy cabbage into plaster of Paris to make the mold? Or
I do. Yeah.
Ah, that's the secret.
That's how it happens.
Secret.
A
Yay.
lot of work. Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it is. I take my time with it, and
It's spectacular.
It
It's
is.
Yeah.
very interesting. It's like sculpture, Neela. That's what it is. It's sculpture.
yeah.
It feeds the artistic soul.
It is.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Sculpture.
Don't eat them.
Sculpture.
Cabbage for the soul.
Is that a pun?
cabbage soup.
Beautiful. Absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's great,
Wow.
great,
That's it.
Quite beautiful.
great.
Okay.
Yeah,
Love
Very
Love it.
good, Neela.
and I've
Love
never seen anything like it.
No.
No,
Neither.
we never will.
Neither.
No, I have a bunch of those leaves, and one day I'm going to put it together into a movable book. I just haven't done it yet.
That's
Uh,
Very interesting. Neil.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
What an original idea.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, one year I shipped these all up. I had a huge display of all sorts of things, and they went up to Maine to the Contemporary Art Museum up there.
Wow.
Art Center.
Where is that? I want to know.
It's on the coast, I think near Portland.
Okay. It's not in Portland? This is what called the
It might
Contemporary?
be. Yeah, I
No,
have to look up.
Yeah.
Have to look up the address again.
Okay.
Yeah,
Portland's a great little city.
yeah, it seems to be.
It was the city of my dreams as a child.
Oh, you grew up in Maine.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's why
Well,
I'm curious.
yeah. I did not go there. I just sent the work up. So the work saw the piece, the place, but I didn't.
Okay. Nice.
Maine,
Neela, in the catalog for that show,
Mhm.
what did they call these? Did they call these sculptures or?
Yeah. They would be sculptures.
Yeah, they
because
would be. Yeah.
They're three-dimensional.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Paper
And-
sculptures. Okay.
Yeah. Paper
Cotton.
as a medium, it's more people are doing it now, but it's still just a handful.
Mm,
They're
Mm.
so light, you just
They're
have
very
to make
delicate,
sure.
aren't they? Very delicate.
Sure.
They're sturdy. They're really, pretty sturdy, and these can be handled pretty well. And
Hmm.
packing was good. They came back. I didn't have to do much at all to
Wow.
get them together.
And what is the slurry made of that sort of stiffens them? Yes, like a wheat paste or something?
Nope. It's just the fiber and water, and then as the water drains out, the paper is left. You have the sheet, and it holds whatever shape you want it to
Good.
hold.
Wow.
So it can be flat like a page, and we all work on paper.
So, but it's not like a paper mache then, where it's dipped in a particular.
No,
Okay.
it's
Interesting.
not. It's just the cotton fiber and the dye and water, and that's it. It's really very simple.
oh, but what a result.
Yeah.
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 And so,
And-
how do you make that fiber? You have to beat cotton into a pulp to, make it.
Yeah, you do. And it depends how long and how strong you want the fibers to be, how long you beat it. So I usually do it just about an hour. And if you keep beating it, the fibers get shorter because you're chopping them up more and more.
Right.
But you get different kinds of paper when you do that.
Alchemy. It's alchemy.
It is. It really
It
is.
is. It is.
Yeah.
Go back to the very beginning, the cotton.
Yeah.
In what form is the cotton? Is it like a shirt or is it?
Yeah,
Cloth?
definitely. It's natural cotton. And you
It's
can
not the
start with
plants.
clothing. There is a project called Veterans Paper, or Paper for Veterans, and they actually take their old uniforms and cut them up and beat them and make paper, and then these people print little things on top of their paper. It's
Wow.
really great.
Wow.
So how small of pieces do you have to cut up your cotton into before you can actually begin to sort of beat it into a pulp?
I think we start with like 1 or 2 inches.
Wow. Okay.
because then you're, grinding it down and chopping it up.
Again and again. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. And you have a machine to help, or is this all by hand?
No, for the cotton, I can do it with a small machine, and you can even do it in a blender.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Wow. That-
It works.
Just don't leave it in too long.
Exactly.
Just don't eat it.
Right.
Make a smoothie.
Yeah.
Just remember what's real, and what's not.
Okay.
Right.
Fabulous.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
A lesson in another whole art form that most of us don't explore.
I'm
It's
blown away
fun.
by it. Yeah.
Great.
Really
Exactly.
fun.
Well, our minds are being expanded, I think. Today.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's an eclectic group here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to see everybody's style.
I know.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really is.
Fine.
Great.
Mike, did you have something you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, I was just wondering if anyone heard about the man who called the 911 operator, and he said, "My wife is in labor and I don't know what to do." So the operator says, "Is this her first child?" And it says, "No, it's her husband."
Okay, very good, Mike.
Thanks for the levity, Mike.
Yes.
All right.
Very good. Very good.
Well, they're one and the same, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's great to have a comedian amongst us. That's for sure.
Yes.
Comic relief is always good.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Any news or announcements?
Not for me.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Ken.
I'm going to be in
Happy
the.
birthday, Ken. Right now it's Ken's
Yes,
birthday.
happy
Mike's
birthday.
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Last
Tomorrow,
week, Ken's
yes.
birthday.
It's
and
amazing.
Alden's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
June.
And Janice, we forgot Janice's birthday.
Yes, but
Ah,
then there's Mike's birthday.
Yeah,
Right.
but yeah, I said Mike's
That
Oh, I'm
was last-
sorry.
That was last Friday.
Janice, Mike, and Ken, and then Alden. I mean, it's crazy, You should all live also in the same building just to match.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
right.
Right. Amazing.
All right.
Okay.
All right. The next
wanna
show.
say- I did want to say that I had a piece accepted into the Sketch Club's show about
Well
flowers.
done. Well done.
About
Very
what?
good.
Yes, great. What's the subject?
The I forget exactly what they're calling it. I forget right now, but it's a flower exhibit that they do every year simultaneously with the flower show. And
Oh,
this year I was accepted, and I was very
Well
proud
done.
to be accepted.
Well done.
Bravo.
Bravo,
Congratulations.
bravo,
Right.
bravo.
I do have one.
Brava, actually, brava.
Brava, yeah, right. I want a little follow-up for myself. I went to the film festival where my film was accepted, and
Uh-huh.
I haven't posted so you can watch it. Like I said a couple
Uh-huh.
weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
it's 18 minutes, so I wouldn't show it here, but you could watch it, and it was a great experience. I mean, it's the Lighthouse Film Festival down on Long Beach Island.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
And it was a lot of fun. It was.
That's
Good for
Congratulations.
you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
You're on the road to success there, Ken.
It was really great. It was a lot of fun.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
nice.
We're all successful.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Well, shall we say? Well, first, let me point out how Anthony's light has changed
Oh yes, I saw
in
that.
the last.
Yeah, it has changed. We can
It's
now
only
see
been
it.
an hour.
It's gone dark.
Oh, it's gone
Yeah.
dark again, has it?
Oh, well, yeah, it's same here.
The sun went down.
The sun went down.
Yeah.
Oh, the sun went
Longer
down.
illuminated.
Okay, got that. Yeah.
That darn sun keeps moving on us.
Yeah.
Too much with it's
Hey,
All right. Let's say goodnight.
Good night,
Good night,
guys.
everyone.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Everyone.
Good night.